I think 100 guys could take the gorilla.
What is this? I thought the 100 guys would easily take the gorilla.
Absolutely not.
What's
primate?
Wait, what? What?
We should spend like a small country's worth of energy simulating.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna know.
I'm shocked that this is an argument.
A primate scientist weighed in and he was like, it'd be pretty easy for the 100 guys.
Yeah, that 50 guys.
Primate scientist weighed in.
Primate scientists here. This actually upsets the gorilla when he tries to fight 100 guys.
100 guys could easily take a single gorilla.
An unmarried gorilla.
An unmarried gorilla. Okay, 100 married men versus one unmarried gorilla. That's easy. That's not a competition.
No, I agree.
White Men Discovering Podcast. This is great. I love this.
And you could just buy these anywhere and this kind of stuff.
And I like it when it's me.
Hey, welcome to the Ben and Emil show. I've been trading. 2 weeks ago, I saw the VIX was up, and now I'm just kind of frustrated because it's up, but I didn't act on my gut.
Yeah. So, Henry, have you been watching a lot of clay tennis recently?
Yeah.
Dan, shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
You've been watching a lot of clay tennis.
Yeah, I have been watching a lot of...
Yeah, we just got the tennis channel recently. Would you guys mind taking a lap for this conversation?
I'm gonna pee real quick.
Yeah.
That's classic Ben stuff, going potty.
Do you guys mind if we plug our own live show real quick?
That's fine.
Are you still us?
Oh,
No.
no, I'm me now.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to be polite.
Please plug your live show.
Guys, we clearly have guests here, but before we get to that,
Yeah, be polite to the guests.
we added a second Austin show because the first one sold out, and those tickets are also going quickly. So if you'd like a ticket to that, we'll be in Austin May 9th, as well as the 8th. Get tickets to that. And we're also coming to Denver, June 1st.
Wow.
And tickets are on sale for that. Both of those will be in the description with links for tickets.
In case you didn't recognize the voices of these two young men, we've got Henry Stockwell, which is a very funny last name considering stock market.
And how poorly he trades.
That's why I got into this line of business.
Yeah.
More
very
like
good.
stock unwell.
And Dan Toomey from Morning Brew's Good Work fame.
That's correct.
Welcome,
Yes.
boys.
Thank you for having us. John.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining.
It's been a long time coming.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm
Every few months I
perplexed.
text Ben and I go like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
But the subtext is really like,
Can you?
"Haven't seen us on the pod. I've seen Kyla 3 times maybe. But we haven't."
She's always in LA.
She's always in LA.
Yeah,
Which makes it easier.
Yeah, we do all of our interviews remote.
I will say you guys are very requested. We get a lot of get good
Oh, really?
work. Yeah,
Really?
we get get good work on. I think they would jive. It's also I always see it and I go, I don't know how to explain to them we're friends with those guys. They're like I feel like there would be such a good vibe. They would like each other maybe.
We did
Vibe confirmed.
That live show that we all did together was at a very weird time for the channel where I actually don't think a lot of people fully knew what it was.
Really?
Like, it wasn't. We didn't have like a massive follow, or it was at the point where I think people now like look at the channel and watch it and then see this old poster we had and then are like, wait, Ben and Emil did a show with them? Like it's lost history.
Oh
almost,
yeah,
you know?
that was the first. That was the first Good Work live ever, right?
First and remains the only
Yeah.
Good Work
Okay.
live show.
Great.
Yeah.
That was a year ago? Year and a half?
It was because of how bad you guys did.
Yeah, we've
I was going to say.
Yeah,
promoters all
we're
across the
banned from
country.
live venues.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Ben and Emil crushed. Ben and Emil crushed.
It was very fun.
You guys
We've
did
just
great.
been focusing on making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Mm.
YouTube videos are very hard. We are constantly suffering at the. You guys are.
I watched the one
Doing
where you
very
guys
well.
were on
Thank you.
acid in the mall. That was
Oh, yeah?
awesome.
I love
Yeah,
that
was
video.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very fun one. We wished we didn't have to take drugs to get 1 million views on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to figure out right now.
It's creating kind of a dangerous feedback loop.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no way out.
We've got something coming out soon that I'm like, if this doesn't work, we're just doing drugs again.
Oh, the Portland video?
No, I don't. It'll be fine. We'll figure out something that people like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard playing the YouTube game. Well, we had some questions for you guys. Man, we've never really done any kind of. I want to keep it loose.
Why? We were having a nice thing, and then you were like, let's stop that. And then,
Yeah.
and then you said,
Ben
we
was
have some
like-
questions for you guys. And then you looked at them and went, man, I don't even want to do
Well,
this.
that does it for the vamping section. On to rapid fire questions. I didn't know it was so structured with you.
Yeah, no, it can. Sometimes it is.
It gets really
Are
attached.
you stressed?
A regular Jake Tapper over there across the table.
I was pretty stressed today. I don't know what it is about being here. We're in New York, by the way.
Yeah. What about being in New York is stressful?
I mean, I love it here, but I just have felt this. Usually, when I come here and it's been a while, I get a little bit of an upset stomach feeling. Not like going to the bathroom upset stomach, but just kind of like, I don't know if it's taking the train and stuff. I'm a lot more sensitive to motion, like even just taking the train over here.
Are you having an anxiety attack?
Yeah. Are you good?
No,
But
no.
this is kind
Are
of
you sure?
We travel a lot
It's also
together.
because I slept in.
This is also kind of you wherever you go. You're just kind of like, anything you're experiencing, you're like, my stomach's upset. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I woke up at 9 this morning, which is pathetic. It's just too late. But that's 6 a.m. LA time, which is what I usually do.
Right.
And yeah, then I got a fucking Turkish potato pastry thing. And that was it was a lot. It was like a foot-long thing.
Okay.
And yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, you're just
No,
in tune with
You're
your
not
body, man.
describing
It's
it bad.
okay.
You think that you woke up and just did heroin. You're fine.
You're a sensitive guy.
Yeah, I am very sensitive, and it's tough sometimes. And then, yeah, I felt like I already needed a nap, and we're gonna have to go do this podcast. And then you texted me a very funny joke. Dan said, "Can I bring coffee?" I said, "Sure." And he said, "Can I bring 16 or 12? Was it 12? What's going on?"
Well, because you made fun of me for asking if I could bring a coffee, but I didn't know. We don't do podcasts a lot, so I didn't know if that was like you can't bring liquids in because if you spill it, you're gonna. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then
if
I
it spells,
texted.
everything's fucked.
Yeah, and then I texted Ben, a friend.
We got to start over.
Well, I texted Ben, a friend.
Yeah.
Could I bring coffee? And he was like, "Bring coffee, yeah, pussy."
I didn't
Which
know
I
what
thought
kind
was
of
a
bit it
normal
was.
ask.
I was like, yeah.
Wait, I
Not-
like that
not-
you said Dan sent a funny joke and it was just, can I bring coffee?
Yeah, because I thought he was joking. I thought it
Not
was a
everything is a bit, and it's
Yeah.
okay to be in tune with
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan just went out and was genuine and you mistook it for irony.
Yeah, well, everybody's
Says a lot about
ironic
you.
these days. You guys were just talking about the clowns and stuff, and
Yeah,
everybody's clowning.
Let's go back to the rapid fire questions. I don't like this.
So,
Well, we tried vamping, folks.
so boys, how long have you? But I was surprised that you said you've been at Morning Brew for 6 years.
Yeah, I
Jesus,
I
God.
started copywriting all of the emails, or not copywriting all of the ads in the emails. So I wrote your Monday.coms. I don't want to give any free promo. Actually, Scott, we
Right.
can cut Monday.com.
Your Tuesday.com.
your Tuesday.coms. And I did that for like 2 or 3 years, and then I became friends with Dan, who was TikToking the news quite beautifully.
Just freestyling by yourself?
You became friends at Morning Brew.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
And then eventually, the company / Dan was kind of like, do you want to have do you want to actually do something here? And that was helping Dan make YouTube videos.
Right. And you were like, I'm actually kind of liking the copy editing.
I was like, I'm kind of copywriting these email ads from my phone in Prospect
Yeah.
Park. So
Yeah, and it was
I got
like-
a pretty good thing going.
Yeah, Henry, we're going to Miami tomorrow, 6 a.m. It was different schedule for sure.
Damn. What, did you guys actually go to Miami?
We did.
We made a video in Miami.
Yeah.
For what? What was it? Was that the first one?
No. I don't know what number that was, but we made it a year into the channel being a thing.
Oh, was it about all the crypto moving down there and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
about because people at the time, which isn't really the case anymore, but they were, especially during and post pandemic, everybody was saying that Miami is the new Wall Street.
Right.
And so it was kind of funny to do it at the time that we did also because it was a year after all of those headlines. So you were able to see if it had actually manifested at all down there, which was very fun to kind of poke around and look at.
Had it manifested down there?
It was more of like
In a housing crisis?
yeah, it was kind of like you stumbled on an ancient society and you kind of like saw the crypto bull there alone and nobody else was like taking pictures with it and stuff.
about the
crypto
crypto
bull.
It felt like ancient ruins kind of.
Well, there was
Like the
probably
big-
the best scene of the episode was when we learn about the crypto bull, cut to Dan doing this to the
Yeah.
crypto bull, and then Dan is kind of cupping the crypto
Yeah.
bulls where the crypto bull's balls should be, because the famous faux pas with the crypto bull is that it's ballless, it's smooth down there.
Why?
Yeah.
That seems antithetical to the entire.
To the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah,
But they overlooked it.
Yeah, they overlooked that part.
Yeah,
That's a very crypto thing to occur, to happen.
Yes.
And they didn't just weld some on?
No.
Wow,
They
what
still could. By the way, they still could. There's
it's
been
still there. Next time you're in Miami, go down there
I've
and
never-
get a
I
look
never-
at the gooch. The
I've been to
smooth
Miami
gooch.
like once, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like Miami.
No, sorry to everybody in Florida. I just didn't like it. I got off the plane and was like, it is too humid.
I got off the plane and my stomach kind of hurt. And I
was
said,
shaking.
"What's the problem here?"
I woke up at 8 like a fucking loser.
loser.
I ate a weird potato thing. That's probably not what gave me the stomach ache. It's this city.
Well, the water does. When
I ate
'cause
a
I'm not used
latke I
to
found on the
water.
ground, and then I felt so bad
Did
after.
you say a latke?
Yeah.
Why would I have found a latke on the ground?
I was thinking of like
The potato.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I
Potato
thought
thing.
Jews in Florida or something. I'm like, they're not just on the
Jesus.
ground. Or
This is
maybe
a
they
gotcha
are.
interview.
Yeah.
So.
We Jews in Florida, we right where we want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys travel well together? You like traveling together?
Do we travel well together?
I think we travel pretty well together.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I
spend
bet you do.
we go like, we kind of go into autopilot mode in the
There's a lot of parallel play.
there's a lot of parallel play.
Which is good, I think.
I mean, we
you
spend
know,
a lot of time
Can you
together.
explain parallel play?
Yeah, it's like when two babies are like doing activities next to each other, right? Am I
Yeah,
getting that right?
no, it
That's
is.
exactly what it is.
Can you
It's
just
like,
like, a little bit?
yeah, it's like one is coloring like a boat and the other one is
Just kind of flopping
yeah,
around.
it's like flopping around. And that's a lot of like our travel style.
It sounds
Actually,
sexual,
yeah.
but it's about babies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the preference is like, Henry sits in a different seat and I'm like not even close to him.
On the plane?
I'm first class usually.
Yeah.
And Henry's
Ah.
like towards Henry's in the bathroom.
But
Yeah.
an important
As
note
it
on
should be.
Yes.
note on traveling is that the first time that we ever traveled together for the channel, for people who don't know, Dan is actually like the full face of the channel, and there's no reason why you would really know who I am other than I make the videos with Dan. But Dan, first time we traveled together, we showed up at the hotel, and the guy's like, "Okay, first room, Henry, you're gonna be on the 7th floor." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I head to the elevator. I hear behind me him go, "All right, Dan, 3rd floor." And Dan is just like, "What the fuck?"
I go, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Okay."
And so-
I go,
and so now-
I go, "And you booked this hotel?"
And so now, but I don't know the room. But now, so Dan has to be at a higher altitude than me.
We
when we
traded
stay in a
last
hotel.
time, I thought.
We did actually.
Hey gang, we got to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's show. It's Moomoo. If you've been watching the show for a while, you know that Moomoo is our longest running sponsor, and for good reason. We love them. I use them all the time, and it's because they really stand out above the competition. They got everything that you could possibly need for whether you're an active trader, whether you are an investor, whether you're a beginner, professional, and everywhere in between. Moomoo's got it all. They got great charting. Like when I need to look at whether it's 1 minute, 15 minute, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, they got everything I could possibly need in there. They've got up to the minute news, so I'm not paying money for news subscriptions. Why am I going to do that when I got it all for free right at my fingertips, up to the minute? And then if you're still pretty fresh and you don't know the first thing about investing, that's okay. They got all kinds of tools for you to help you along on your journey, including and especially my favorite feature, which is the paper trading feature. So you don't have to just dive in and start trading with real money. No. You can just wet those little toes of yours, dip them in, see if the water feels good, and play with some paper money to see what it's all about. The biggest thing and my favorite thing is what they offer new users. Why don't you tell them about it, Emil?
So Moomoo's got some standout promos going on right now. The first one, you can earn up to 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. That's a 4% base APY plus a 4.1% booster for the first 3 months. Insane. But this is the best. You can also get up to 60 free stocks with a qualifying deposit, each worth between $2,000 and $2,000. And if you're transferring from another brokerage, Moomoo offers a 3% match up to $600.
Huge.
Stack all that up against other platforms, and yeah, it's definitely worth a look.
Join the 25 million users worldwide already on Moomoo and click the link in the description or use code BAES60, BAES 60 to jumpstart your investing journey today with up to 60 free stocks when you're making a qualified deposit. Moomoo is also giving users 8.1% APY interest on your uninvested cash for a limited time while you plan your first trade. So click the link in the description or use the code BAYS60 to take advantage of these awesome promos and experience the power of Moomoo.
We did actually.
Yeah.
That was big of you.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
big of you.
Yeah.
Why don't you just book one room? Well, because you're not paying
Parallel
for it.
play.
Yeah. and
We
parallel
wouldn't
play.
we wouldn't care
And we're
about
not paying for it.
we
Yeah,
wouldn't care
right.
about floors, but we one time did bring producers on the road for something, and we just at random handed out the key cards. They were on the same floor. We figured whatever, they're probably the same room, and everyone got ready, and then we met down in the lobby for dinner, and they were like, God, our room, like the rooms are so cool. You guys have like the big jutting out thing with the view, and we were like, wait, what? And we were so
Corner
like,
room?
yeah, we were like, can we switch? And so
Yeah,
we got
their
kinda-
room was significantly
Yeah.
bigger than ours.
How do you guys travel together? Are you good?
we travel well?
It's a lot of crossing each other's boundaries. He brings his travel bidet, which I don't like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
He doesn't like when I pull out my my little ball to give me lumbar support.
I like it. I like making fun of it.
That I have to inflate on the plane where I look very crazy. But I'll tell you what, it helps with that back pain.
Yeah.
I was jealous. It was like, damn, that looks nice to wedge in. Why not just bring a tennis ball? You've got a million of them.
I like that you can't tell the difference between this size and this size.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
it's
Okay.
cool that
Oh, so
It
it's a
is-
big
one
it's
is
a big
much
ball.
bigger, yeah.
it's basically like a small medicine ball
Mhm.
that you don't inflate to like fully, but,
Right.
And so it's got a little give, and you just and then so you can deflate it, and it just
You keep
easily
back
fits
there
in
for
your
the whole flight. You keep.
Yeah.
that. Wow. That's
I
impressive.
was having a lot of lower back pain, and I fixed it, and it's great.
He also
happy
wears
for you,
his
man.
glasses.
Thank you.
He wears his glasses when we travel because right now he's got contacts on because he's trying to deny his true identity of a glasses guy, and he's got those lenses that make your eyes look fucking huge. He looks like an absolute fucking PE teacher, like I don't know, like a lesbian PE teacher.
We're basically just not nice to each other.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys.
No, but it's grand.
with
It's
each
fun.
other.
It's fun ribbing.
Henry and I were like, yeah, one time the floors got mixed up, and you were like, and he wears these fucking glasses,
Yeah, and he also sucks
and his
stinks.
back hurts.
Yeah,
No, we have fun. We do have fun, but it's a lot of we're not parallel playing. We're maybe
It's a lot of
Incor-
it's a lot of
incorporate
parallel
that.
Yeah.
parallel play and drinking.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
That first trip, because we were at University of Virginia, which is where that hotel was, and then after went to the airport bar, had a few drinks before the flight, and it was lovely.
damn.
Yeah, it was great.
When you guys go on location to shoot, how long are you there for?
Miami, we were there for like 5 days.
Oh wow,
which was our longest.
yeah.
There was also like an event happening for Morning Brew that we were also kind of there for.
Yeah, we were kind of
Yeah. And then for Virginia, I don't know, we were there for a day.
we were there for 2 or 3 days. We haven't done a field episode in a while, but this summer we're trying to fire them back up again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun because they're fun. They're a lot of effort to like on Henry's part. I've kind of offloaded a lot of the equipment stuff to you, and so
Gear
it'll all
guy.
be in Henry's room, and he organizes everything. And I'm 4 stories
Right.
up, just kind of chilling.
Yeah. I don't touch
belong.
the gear.
Yeah, I don't touch the gear. I don't look at it.
Here on floor 11, we're just chilling.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised you guys didn't go to the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting.
Were
guys
you
have
there?
Never done that. No,
we want to go. We
forgetting.
keep-
I know.
we keep-
The
That'd be
last
fun.
4 years we've been like, fuck.
Guys,
Got to
we-
remember for next year.
we got maybe 4 more. that-
yeah.
that's
I
going
know.
to.
This last
Oh,
one, I was
'cause
like, we
Warren
should
Buffett?
do it because who
You think
knows
it's
how.
got 4 years?
Or I
He
mean,
said maybe 4.
Yeah, maybe.
He-
Yeah.
I think
Could
he's
be
saying
more. It could
at
be double
best.
digits.
I
It could be.
think he's
I don't
got.
know.
It's like how
But-
many more like Martin Scorsese movies do we have?
Right.
How many more Berkshire Hathaway shareholder events do we have?
And
Not
now
many,
it's-
so we need to get to the next one.
And now
Yeah.
that Charlie's gone, that's huge. That's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a fellow guy with large lenses, lenses that make your eyes larger, it's sad to lose one. A guy who's not afraid to just go out there with absolute Coke bottles on.
Yeah,
his,
they seem
Yeah.
great. There are a bunch of videos that I see where it's like TikTokers go there. You know, like the hustle grind set TikTokers will go there and interview some like 92-year-old guy who's like a billionaire because he bought, however many shares of
I
Berkshire
literally
Hathaway
just
in the
saw
80s.
that video. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
it on here. We don't need to pull it up.
Yeah.
It's like this old guy. He's 95.
Yeah.
And he bought $1.2 million worth of Berkshire in like 1980
Mhm.
when it was $2,000 a share. And now it's worth like $400 million.
Yeah.
That fucker.
Yeah. And he's like,
Good for him.
He's doing like the 95-year-old guy thing where he's like poking you the whole time.
Oh, yeah. He's like
It's
got
like,
his
I'm
hand.
95. You know,
And the
he's
guy's
trying to
just
tell
going,
you something.
"Wow."
Yeah.
Wait, do you know who the other guy in that video is?
No, he's
Ryan
talking-
Serhant.
Oh, it is Ryan Serhant.
of owning Manhattan fame. Of
What is
Serhant real estate?
He's also in a movie.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I
Ryan
know
Serhant
this.
He's in like a famous movie.
It's like a Netflix like a real estate reality show. It's really good. If you like kind of like trashy reality shows, it's,
I don't.
it's quite good.
But I
So
believe you.
He's
Yeah.
not an asshole.
I mean, Ryan,
I don't know.
Ryan Serhant seems
You
like
guys
a
don't
guy.
have to vouch for Sirhan.
Never-
Serhant
He's a
seems
great
like
guy.
a guy who like could have us killed. Like that's kind of his
Yeah.
vibe. So like I'm gonna say I love Serhant.
Yeah,
I
we
love
love
what he
him.
does.
He's a great guy.
I think he sucks.
Also-
Come at me.
Also, before we get, I mean, we've already gotten too far, but we should have done this earlier. Maybe for anyone who's not familiar with, because I'm sure most people will be, but for anyone who's not familiar with good work and, and
sure.
the stuff you do, how would you guys describe? How would you describe what you do?
How do we describe the
Captain?
show?
I can take a stab at it.
Sure.
That'd be cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, go
you
for
guys,
it.
you guys do very good, in-depth comedy expose videos of a single subject, and they're great. They're very funny, and you can't help but retain a lot of information because
I'd like to try too.
Okay, yeah, Ben, go for it.
Satirical
Hey, can you shut the
investigative.
fuck up, man?
Satirical investigative journalism, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
whose did you like more?
I think mine was more succinct.
Well, I didn't know we were going for.
Yeah, Ben got to practice, so it's a little unfair.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
That's
I
true.
also heard how bad you fucked that up. So
But yeah, that's a pretty apt description of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we do. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you nailed it.
satirical.
But yeah, I would
news,
definitely
fun
recommend
business.
anyone who's interested in business news stuff checking out the channel because you guys, you guys take your time. You craft like a very fun narrative. You talk to experts, and there's also a lot of jokes written. And it's a very fun way to learn about a subject.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means a lot because we kind of like, I don't know. I forget when our paths first crossed. It was like 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
It was before good work was a thing, I'm pretty sure. And I was just
Right.
doing the videos for Morning Brew.
Yeah,
And then I forget. I probably
I think I might have
first.
DM'd you or something. and
Yeah.
Said good work.
Yes. and I thought,
TM'd him and said,
That's
"Hey, you're a handsome guy."
Well, and we almost were gonna work with Morning Brew
Right.
yeah.
way back in the day, and then we turned it down out of loyalty to the network that we were on before, and
Yeah.
and we were like, I think I was asking you like, how do you like it over there? Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of
that was how we got more connected.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And then I told Morning Brew, don't work with these guys.
yeah. That
I
explains
got a
lot.
bad.
They
vibe.
barely know what our YouTube
Because all of a sudden they
This
were
guy
just
DM'd
like,
me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
we did end up trying to go back with them, but by then everything had changed.
Yeah.
Everything had changed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so
dude,
what?
it's
So
an exchange.
I was looking through your guys. YouTube page. You have like tons of very popular videos, but the one recently popped off hugely was the Palantir one.
Mhm.
Why do you guys think people connected? Do you think it's just that people are always asking that question? What the hell is Palantir?
There's something to that. I think the videos that are really popular are just sort of like a common sense question that people would like at a bar or dinner party
Mhm.
be like, wait, what do consultants actually do? Or like, what does Palantir actually do?
Mhm.
And I also think that
Yes, those are great.Ose ones are like literally questions I've definitely.
yeah. And
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, but it's also I think Palantir specifically is one of those things where like you probably know what it is, but you don't know what they do. If you know at all what it is, you're prone to have a very strong opinion about it. Like you're either going to be like fuck Palantir or like go defense tech, revolutionize the military.
And if you're the latter, it's a bit sus, but
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I think it's a really good topic of a video because that gets people in. And then sort of like no matter which angle you're coming at it from, when you start to learn about Palantir, they're actually like they have real ideas. Like they're not just like spewing just sort of like tech marketing jargon, regardless of what you think about it. So they do really kind of challenge both opinions if you're like super con or super pro.
I also wondered how much of the like day trader effect we would get by doing
Yeah.
Palantir because we initially, I mean, it takes us a while to make our videos, like 3 weeks usually,
Mhm.
and we often start the reporting process on a video like even before that production process. So with Palantir, the initial pitch was because its stock was rocketing in like January. And I had a lot of friends who were in business that were like, a Palantir video would blow up right now. And there was a little bit of hesitation because we were like, okay, if we make it, in 3 days and it's a garbage video, then maybe it might, pop off, but it probably won't be that good. So I guess we'll see if this resonates with anybody in 2 months. And then when I think we were both caught off guard by how much that one did well, because its stock wasn't a huge story at the time when we uploaded it. But, sometimes like the sweet spot is when we make a video that like is about something that people have kind of danced around, but nobody's made a definitive video asking the question of what it does. Like I think our consulting one was a good example of that too.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like came at the right time. And it's our best performing video ever, which we didn't expect to happen. Yeah.
Hey, gang, we got to take another quick break to thank another sponsor of the show. It's Hims.
You know it, you love it. It's Hims, baby. We're appreciative of our full heads of hair, and we want you to be too. Okay?
Yeah.
We know the difference it can make.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
If you're a guy out there, you start to notice your hair is thinning when you look in the mirror, you're not alone. Life gets busy, life gets tough, and you feel like there's not enough time in the day to do something about it. Well, now you can. You got to try Hims hair loss solutions.
Hims, all right? Hims provides you with convenient access to a range of hair loss treatments that work, all from the comfort of your couch. Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Ben's got a little bit of experience with those.
Yeah, I've used it on my face. Choose from personalized chewable oral spray and serum treatments to find what works best for you. The process is simple and 100% online, so there are no uncomfortable doctor visits. Answer a few questions, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free. You don't need insurance, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. Hims already has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, and they can help you get your confidence back too with visibly thicker and fuller hair.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/bays. That's HIMS.com/bays for your personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/bays.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. What's number 2?
Number
consultant
2, I think it's actually investment banking, probably.
Oh, what do investment bankers do?
Yeah,
It's a classic question.
Is that
Yeah.
is that how you guys come up with videos? You guys just go to bars and you hear what questions people are asking? You're like, what?
Yeah,
okay.
follow
what-
people around.
I wish that's what we did.
Yeah.
What is parallel play?
Why can't we print more money? Why not?
Right. Or you
That
just
would bang, actually.
hear a girl on a first date being like, but what even is investment
Yeah.
banking?
It's Henry and I in trench coats behind a bunch of first dates.
Our audience dream. Our audience dream is that there are a bunch of girls out there on first dates asking, "Hey, what does Palantir actually do?"
Yeah.
You know what? I just watched this satirical YouTube investigation on it.
One of the funniest interactions we had was usually it's mostly guys that watch the channel. And we were filming one time and we were across, Henry was across the street and I was on one side of the street and we're filming and I'm, talking. I forget what the video was about, but I was like, stocks are rocketing up again. And then this group of girls stops and one of the girls steps out and she was like, "Are you Dan Toomey?" And I was like, finally, chicks dig this channel. Like it's been so long. And she was like, "My boyfriend watches your shit." And she goes, "Your voice is so annoying. I have to wear headphones while he does it." And I was
Come
like,
on.
I feel like you didn't need to tell me that, ma'am. I feel like you could have kept walking, actually.
That is, yeah. There's putting stuff out online. You cannot help but internalize the comments of thousands of people.
It's also
We have a boyfriend-heavy audience.
yeah, boyfriend heavy audience.
Yeah.
It's also like, to be fair, it's really weird to like, if somebody comes up and talks to you while you're filming after you spent multiple years publishing yourself on the internet where you're yelling in public, it'd be kind of unfair for you to be like, "Why are you feel like you can talk to me right now?" Like, are you catching me off guard?
Yeah, you get some good street interaction. I forget which one it was, but maybe it was the most recent one, the Tariffs one, where it was like you're just sitting in the middle of the street and some guy walks right up next to you, and you guys just keep rolling, and he's like,
So yeah, that's
Wait, are you ready for a Ben and Emil exclusive?
Yes.
That was planted.
no.
It was organically, but it was just our friend who works in the office who walked past,
Oh.
and then I was like, walk past again, walk past
Okay.
again. But
Yeah.
they're almost all not planted.
right.
The funniest part is that the person in that video who like stands there and poses is Guatemalan, and all of the comments were like, "Look at that crazy Asian guy."
I mean,
The boyfriends
like-
aren't good at placing races.
no,
Yeah.
they're not good.
I'm really good at identifying races.
Yeah. So far, we've got the Florida Jews, we've got Guatemalans.
Yeah.
Yeah, white.
What's next on the agenda?
Can I have a question about
Emil's like, quick pivot away.
I have a
And
question.
I'm like, we don't do podcasts a lot. I don't know why we don't do this. This is great.
I think that was the most recent one, the tariffs one, probably.
Yeah.
I was curious if the Trump 2.0 era has impacted, because you guys are pretty apolitical, I would say. Maybe you guys kind of feel differently, but I feel like that's what you're going for. And I am wondering if the new Trump era has changed the way you guys think about content at all.
I think that the biggest thing for us in this administration, having worked in news before, and seeing how different the Trump administration can make the flow of news, what we have tried really hard to do, when we first started publishing videos, I was coming off of Instagram and TikTok where I was like, we need to come out with a new YouTube video every single day because you upload more, you get more followers. That is how this works.
Right.
And I was like cracked out on social media dopamine. And then Henry was coming from
Now we're totally fine. We
Copyright.
don't care about it.
Yeah, well, but it's different because then we came to this understanding of, okay, we can make the best video in the shortest amount of time in probably 3 weeks. That's what we've decided, is that it usually takes 3 weeks to make a video that we all think is really good. And with Trump, all of a sudden, every piece of news feels like the most important thing that's ever happened ever. And so you think, do we need to cover Greenland? Should we be going to Greenland? Like, is this going to be news in a week? So it was really hard with the tariff stuff because we were planning on doing a completely different video, and then we had to turn that around in a week.
It was a little abbreviated. Yeah.
So I think that, the biggest shift is that breaking news feels a lot more immediate and necessary to respond to, which makes it a bit harder for us to try and keep our heads on straight and feel like, okay, this is all happening in the news. This might be the important conversation in business right now, but we are doing a video about buy now, pay later. We are doing a video about, crypto or whatever. It's really hard to kind of hold the ship steady when all that, because his whole model of governing is just chaos and, overflowing the media with headlines. As journalists, a lot of, the job of journalism seems today to be to just chase that. But I think it helps us to kind of realize that, there's a place for breaking news. That's not our role.
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of it come down to we talk all the time about the role that we're trying to fill in the business news ecosystem for someone who listens to y'all's show and watches our thing and also maybe maybe reads the Financial Times or whatever. We try to think about what is our episode going to bring to them, and usually that points us in the direction of what is the longest possible look, scope wise, what is the longest possible look of this. So rather than being okay, what are tariffs going to do to the prices of things next week? We're not the best people to report on that. You should read the Financial Times. but we can kind of be okay, all this chaos. Hey, you expert, let's take a step back, in a dinner table conversation way. What do you think this actually means?
Right.
What kind of long term, is there long term damage being done? Is actually this all overblown? And in a year, nobody's even going to remember this. So that's I think we definitely respond to the news cycle with the stories that we choose. And the Trump administration is certainly putting a lot of interesting figures in the news to talk about.
Sure. Yeah.
We say that we're on the congealed blob beat a lot of the time, which is Dan made a graphic one time. We were working on a video about ayahuasca, and we were talking about all the various people who have kind of advocated for ayahuasca use in the sort of business and politics and media sphere. And it's it's the Rogan adjacent types, it's the Aaron Rodgers adjacent types, but then you also have like people coming into the new Trump administration. And Dan made this,
and
Dan,
like Chamath.
Dan made this funny congealed flesh blob with all of their heads. And now we're kind of like, oh, well, we cover the congealed blob.
Yeah,
But
because
we try to do it. So to answer your question succinctly, we cover the congealed blob with a long-term sensibility.
Are you guys going to do a group chat video? Have you been
About
seeing the reporting of about, like
from the Atlantic?
was it the Atlantic? Or
There was a
it was
new
probably
one. There was a
different
fresh one.
I saw one in Semaphore maybe of like a guy who got some leaks from the all the like Signal or Telegram
It
chats
was
with
Ben
like
Smith.
with like
Ben Smith was in it.
No, he wrote the article.
was it Ben
But,
Smith?
but was he in the chat or did he write the article?
No, he wasn't in the
he
chat. I
the
think he
chat.
was getting leaks and stuff. It was but it's like he had all these exchanges of David Sachs being like, this chat used to be fun. Everyone, now everyone just has TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome, and then all of a sudden the next lines are just like Tucker Carlson left, and you're just like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah.
God, I'd love to be in
Yeah, how much of the world right now is governed by group chat?
Well, that's the whole
that's-
point of
yeah.
it. They're like they are like specifically linking leaks of them just like kind of molding media narratives and like picks for administration, all this stuff. It's just like, Jesus Christ, it's just all happening in these weird Silicon Valley group chats of like freaks.
Can you imagine how epic the memes are in those chats?
yeah, I bet they're actually terrible.
Yeah.
They're the worst. They're the worst 2008 memes you've ever seen in there. They're not up to date. They're all old. They're from like 2010.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, this is
Yeah,
hilarious.
bottom text still on there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now the White House Twitter account
Jeez.
talks like the White House Twitter account tweets like I feel like 4, 5, 6 years ago, like every famous brand in the world started hiring like a
Twitter
22-year-old from NYU to
Right.
to write their tweets, and all of a sudden all the brands were like LMAO, we have hamburgers.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the White House tweets like that.
But it's like the scariest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah,
did
yeah.
we do that?
Yeah.
It's like, ah!
like a couple days ago, they posted that video.
Yeah.
They posted that video of all of the signs of the people they've deported, on the
On the
front
lawn.
lawn.
Yeah.
And the caption was like GM from the White House or something.
It's just
I
like,
think I wonder if it's Barron Trump. Hey gang, we got to take one more quick break to talk a little bit about subscription money. Sometimes you don't realize it, but you just are racking up that monthly credit
it's
card
no
bill.
longer the new year, but it's never too late to start looking in your finances and getting them in order.
That's exactly right.
So if you've been meaning to do it, this is your sign. Rocket Money can help.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money's going. And for ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them.
And the best part, Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts, okay? You can easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track, see your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money's going. Get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget. The new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Help pay off bills, put away money for a house, or just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy.
That's right. They'll even try to negotiate lower bills for you. Say you don't want to cancel, you just want to get a little bit of a lower monthly payment. They'll do it for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So, cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bays today. That's rocketmoney.com/Bays, rocketmoney.com/Bays. It very well could be Barron Trump. He's probably a shit.
He
That's funny.
is an NYU student.
Barron Trump
right
is
now.
super cunty on Twitter.
Barron
He's
Trump
got-
is probably within a half mile of us at this moment.
True. We could go see him.
We could go audit.
We just go scream at some lecture hall at NYU. Barron! Barron!
They're like, not again.
Barron, let's go to Phoebe.
This keeps happening.
Is Phoebe still around?
I think so.
Wow.
What
It's
is
been a
fees?
while. It's been
I've-
a while
I don't know
since
if
I was
it's-
the age of Pickering
yeah,
fees.
I mean, definitely for me. But man, that as soon as you said it,
We don't know what Phoebes is.
it's like a legendary like early 20-something.
It's
an
East
intern
Village bar.
Oh, it's an intern.
It's an intern.
Oh
bar.
yeah, and it's like
It's an intern bar.
it gets messy
Yeah.
on Friday nights.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I've been to that Stone.
It's a
Stone-
real
what's
meat
the gay one?
market.
Stone.
Dude,
Stonewall Inn.
can you
Stonewall
stop?
Inn,
Can you
yeah,
stop?
yeah.
We told you before the show.
Yeah.
About what?
Just stop talking about the game.
Yeah, you keep saying
Gay bar?
you keep saying the gay one.
Well, it is the gay. It is the gay one.
Is the Spaniard also considered an intern bar?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, we might have to get like a West Village
I don't know.
insider.
Phoebes was definitely
Phoebes is like
always like. But that's the thing. I was like, has it shifted?
I
I'm
probably
old
get somebody
now. I
on the
don't-
horn.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'm
I don't
out.
know.
Should I
2
call
years
somebody?
ago, I had a friend who was moving out of New York, and he was like, "The last thing I want to do before I leave, I really want to go to the Spaniard with you guys." And we went, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I've never gone.
I'm so old that when I left New York for LA, Dime Square wasn't there was just a restaurant called Dimes that my girlfriend at the time would be like, I'm gonna go to Dimes with Charlotte, and I'd go, okay, have fun.
Whoa.
and then
Your
all of a sudden-
girlfriend was at Ground Zero.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ground Zero
it
for
was
Dime
just
Square.
like, we liked healthy food, we were active people, and then all of a sudden, I remember being in LA and being like, what the fuck is that? The place near Kiki's? The fuck?
Yeah.
Are you
So
guys
I'm like-
ironically religious?
No.
Are there a lot of ironically religious people
I
in?
feel like that was kind of
Times
a
Square?
big part of the.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
a lot
like
of trad caps.
The Red Scare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Girls
yeah,
are-
wearing a rosary and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't be Catholic to be hot. That's not the point of it. You have
No.
to suffer.
Some.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like and there's an audience that responds to it. That's undeniable.
No, I know. But as a
I'm-
Catholic, it angers me.
Oh yeah, you're like old school. Was
Yeah.
forced into it growing up.
Yeah.
That's the real way to
Yeah,
do it.
there's a lot of mental anguish
Yeah.
and suffering that you didn't go through, and now all of a sudden you wear a cross and you want to be hot.
And it's
Yeah.
made them weird about it. Like people have posted some like Red Scare. I don't know them
This-
talking about
This is also why
Catholicism.
this is why we put videos out every 3 weeks too.
Yeah, I get really angry at trad caps.
But yeah, I'm like, oh, you're doing Catholic all wrong. It's just supposed to be
Yeah.
a little bit, a little bit of guilt about sex, a little bit of,
Yeah.
the classics. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like they're going too deep in the scripture.
Yeah.
From my point of view.
Yeah,
at least.
most Catholics don't know the vast
No.
majority of what happens in Mass.
No.
You sit there and you're like, oh, I'm Catholic. I don't need to know this
Right.
stuff. Like, I live it.
I just know that I was born bad and I'll die bad.
Yeah. I don't need to read about it. I
That's on
get it.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the original sin people.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah. For hurting your mom, is that what it was?
What?
Like what original
Dude,
sin
you're
is?
out of control.
yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Catholicism
Waking
that-
up at 9 is not good for me.
Ben's like, Catholicism, that's the gay one, right?
I went to
Okay,
Stone.
Kinda. Yeah.
You guys know what's fantastic is
What?
we've accomplished almost everything on the agenda.
Oh yeah. How long you've been at Morning Brew? How you started? We did get that.
Yeah.
Buy now, pay later. Well, kinda. Business movies. Oh, that's one thing that's what's always annoying about doing these things is we start.
What's annoying about it? I'm having a fun time.
No,
Yeah. I feel like you guys wanted to get off of Catholicism. Really.
Yeah,
And I feel like I'm speaking for the first time in my life, actually.
Well, wait. So what is original sin?
No,
when
we
you-
can go on. What's your favorite business movie?
My favorite business movie has got to be. Ooh,
You put it in there.
I know, brother.
No, you
no.
I was asking them what their favorite business movie is. Because we were talking, I put it in the outline
about it at all?
when we were still sitting here just riffing. I was like, "Oh shit,
I can answer for you.
What
Your
is it?
favorite movie? Your favorite business movie is
Margin
Margin
Call.
Call. Yeah.
yeah."
Margin Call is great.
It's fun.
I
It's
know
so
him-
great. It's
I know
a
him
cozy
better.
movie.
I'm trying to get Henry and our new hire Jack to watch.
Oh yeah,
Margin
shout
Call.
out.
It's
Jack.
great.
There's a third good worker.
There's a third
Why?
good
Where's he?
worker.
What's his deal? What does he do?
He's over working on the next video.
Okay.
What's the next video?
He's on the
Can you
second
can you
floor.
say?
I don't know if we. I don't, do, are
That's
you,
up to you.
I don't know if I want to give away our next video.
I
I think Buy Now Pay Later is a good. That's a good preview of what's to come.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's we keep him steady working.
Does he go to the Phoebe?
I don't know.
He's also slightly aged out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that he's a subject matter expert.
Ben kind of just did the Steve Buscemi from 30 Rock. What's up, fellow teens?
Oh yeah.
Does he go to?
Does
the
he also
Phoebe?
go to the Phoebe?
That's where that's from. It's from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
30
Anyway,
30
Well,
Rock is
Mark-
my favorite business movie.
that's a
that's
TV
good one.
show, dude. Wow, what a fucking moron. Now I get to be the one.
No, Margin
Doesn't
Call's great. There's not really that many.
Wall
the
Street.
other day, Wall Street's another one. Boiler Room. Have you
Boiler
seen
Room is
Boiler
great.
Room?
The guy who was in that killed himself
A young Vin Diesel.
recently.
Really?
Yeah.
The main actor?
One of the he's
no.
Italian.
No, not the main guy.
Oh, Giovanni Ribisi.
Not Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi's
Giovanni
like
Ribisi.
boss guy that doesn't like him very much and is kind of just an asshole to Giovanni Ribisi. Yeah, like in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
A young Ben Affleck, not to completely skate over that, but a young Ben Affleck and a young Vin Diesel.
that's right. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this film.
And
Oh, it's so good.
And there's a great scene where they get bullied by a group of J.P. Morgan bankers.
Right.
They see them and they're just like, nice suits.
Wait, who do they work for?
They work for, I forget what the name of it
Marlin
is.
something.
Marlin.
It's-
An upstart shop that
Yeah.
they're trying to make their name.
It's
Yeah.
basically Wolf of Wall Street way before Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Without the debauchery.
If I'm not remembering it correctly, I also think there's another scene where they have an interaction with gay men, which
yes,
is
I
very
was just
funny.
thinking about
And
that.
they
on the
do.
freeway.
They say something like, you know what, to these gay guys, like, you know what, we should round you up and like put you all on an island or something, and they're obviously on Manhattan, and they go, you're on it, buddy.
Oh,
or something.
yeah. One.
That's
I'm not just gonna retell it, but yeah,
He's,
that's
it's
exactly.
dying. I killed him. That I
Boiler go, you're on it, buddy.
What does he say?
It's really tense. It's like almost bordering on a hate crime about to happen. And
Okay, sorry, I got to. What did it come out in 1999?
James Caan.
To
what-
be
what's-
fair, you should walk us through the first act and the inciting event.
well, it's what's James Caan's son's name? Scott. It's Scott
Stu
Caan.
Khan.
No, Scott. That's my dad.
Oh.
Scott. I think that's his name.
Shout out Ben's dad.
shout out to
the gay table is asking them, hey, could you guys keep it down? And he goes, why don't you shut up? And then he goes, they ought to fucking take all you guys and put you on an island
So
somewhere.
far, I said this.
And
part.
the gay guy goes, guess what, honey? I got news for you. And he goes, yeah, what? And he goes, you're on it.
I said
And then,
all of
no,
those.
you didn't. Not like that.
Did-
And then all the gay guys go,
that was like
Okay,
almost
I
word
feel-
for word.
I feel crazy.
You
That's
go,
almost word for word what
"Oh,
Emil
man,
said.
Yeah, but I thought he didn't do
I'm
the
so
delivery
glad
right.
that's on camera.
I don't know.
That was awesome.
No, we can cut that.
That's really great.
But
Before this, I kind of thought, just based off of vibes, I kind of thought that Emil was the kind of toxic, like kind of hot toxic one.
Yeah.
Just to fully judge you.
Toxic one.
And to be, I don't. You're definitely the toxic one.
This fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh, he's definitely the
You're
toxic one.
definitely
You know the worst part of this is there's going to be a good contingent of people who love good work who are going to come to watch to see what we're about.
Yeah.
And be like, who are these guys? And they're going to be like, that fucking moron with the big head and the helmet hair is an absolute dipshit and he sucks and he's annoying. I'm never going to watch
I
their
still
podcast.
just cannot
That
get
was
over
crazy.
that you told the same exact. I cannot.
No,
wait to
no,
hear-
no. That's
you-
not how it goes. Word for word.
I was
No,
like,
no.
what?
Shut up.
Making me
Shut up.
You're making me feel very good about
And
my
then
performance.
and then he says, honey, and he goes, what?
I got news for
And
you.
then he goes,
You're on it.
on it. That's how.
Yeah,
it
but
goes.
he said, but you're on it. It's different delivery. It makes it sound so much more playful. It was.
You
I
guys,
was
what-
thinking about it on the freeway.
What's
It was-
that?
yeah.
I was just what's
Great
that,
playlist
What's
in
that
it.
scene from that movie where
Don't
there's
do
this group of bankers? I think they work in an investment bank at J.P. Morgan.
Yeah.
They're walking around Manhattan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Manhattan's an island.
Yeah.
They approach this group of gay guys. You can tell they're gay.
Well, they're at a restaurant.
This is a dated movie.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, guy. They start. It's maybe going to be a hate crime. It's looking like a hate crime.
Because they're being aggressive.
Yeah, because they're aggressive. And,
Yeah.
and then the gay guys, again, you can just tell they're gay.
Yeah.
The gay guys go, hey, buddies,
Go on.
you sent us to an island. You're on it.
Yeah. That was good.
Wow, that was really good.
That was
I
really
think
better.
You did it best out of all three of us.
I've
Yeah.
never seen the movie.
Oh,
Boiler
You gotta
Room's
see
great.
it.
That's a really great soundtrack in that movie.
I don't remember it.
Very good soundtrack.
I like Wall Street.
Nia Long is in it too.
Mia Wong?
Nia.
Yeah, we're just mature adult men.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Why is
That's
that
good.
funny to you guys?
That
Why
was
did you
another.
start
That was another agenda item that we
Yeah,
knocked
yeah,
off.
I'm
Mia
gonna- Mia
Wong.
Wong.
Nia
Check.
Long. Nia Long.
I like Wall Street too, only because it gave us a great interaction between Oliver Stone and Shia LaBeouf, and you can tell me if I got it wrong. And
Okay.
And
Wait, Oliver Stone's in Wall Street too?
no,
Have you seen Wall Street?
It's
No.
I haven't seen Wall Street.
great.
Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps. Shia LaBeouf is in it.
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell.
LeBeouf.
And the purple guy from Avengers.
Oh no, is it? Oh yeah, is it Oliver Stone or is it Brian De Palma?
It's Oliver Stone.
But he's trying to say like, I actually think the line should be like this because I think it'll make more sense. And Oliver Stone just said, "I wrote fucking Scarface," and it's just like, okay,
All right. Okay, cool.
I tried watching a documentary that Oliver Stone did on Vietnam, I think, and he's narrating it. It's impossible to watch. He has the same cadence the whole time.
I thought you were just going to say, I tried watching a documentary.
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
I need fiction, baby. Cartoons.
What is this? A movie for reading?
I also can't
What
do
is this book movie?
book movie. I do like book movie. Can't think of any.
Can you guys
right
tell
now.
us? Can you guys tell us if you have any more live shows planned, or if you're done with those? If you're
We
on
have
YouTube?
no live shows.
we
planned.
have
Yeah, can we ruin it?
planned.
Do you want to do? Do you
I
want to do
have-
more?
I have a stand-up show. I have some stand-up
Dan
shows
does
that I'm
awesome
doing.
stand-up
stand
all
up
the time.
all the damn
I'm
time.
doing.
Yeah.
I'm in San Francisco in July.
Oh,
and,
hell yeah.
and
That's right.
Also in Denver, and I'm in Seattle for 2 shows.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing!
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where is your Austin show?
Our Austin
Creek
show
in
is
the
at the
Cave.
Creek in the
Creek
Cave,
in the Cave. Love Creek in
which
the
is
Cave.
a New York spot
That's
that
great.
went out there.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
started
that.
in Queens. Used to do
They
a
rock.
Lot, used to do a lot of open mics at the Creek in the Cave.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was intimidating. It was like kind of alty,
Yeah,
Um,
those are intimidating.
and
Is that
we're-
what inspired you to get a nose ring?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the which I think is still around, Pine Box Rock Shop.
Yeah, Pine Box. Yeah.
That was the open mic where it was run by very like alt comics, and they would only laugh at their like alt friends, and it was
Yeah.
it was very funny. I don't know if it's still like that. I don't know.
I haven't been to the Pine Box one in a minute, but
Yeah.
Creek in the Cave rocks. That's a good. I did a stand up show in Austin that we were at a venue, and a week before the show, they called me and they said, "Hey, you didn't sell enough tickets to fill out the venue, so we're going to move you to a smaller venue." And I was like, "I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Sure. That that can make for a better show if you're in like a tiny little kill box." And then they moved us to another venue, and then 2 hours before the show, they called me and they were like, "Hey, the venue just got bought out. We're going to move you guys down to a bar down the street." And, and so
How does it even work?
and so I had to go on to Instagram. The first time I went on, I was like, "Hey, we're changing the venue." And then 2 hours before the show, I was like, "Hey, we're changing the venue again, guys." And when I got there, I could see people bringing chairs down 6th to bring it from one venue to the other. Very long story short, it is 96 degrees in August in Austin, and the venue had no idea that there was going to be a comedy show there. And so Austin, where it's like the bars are really long and they're all 2 floors, and so they
did
put
not
us
know that.
they put us on the 2nd floor, and there's a stairway, there's a staircase, but there's no doors between them, so they're blasting music downstairs, and we're doing our show upstairs. And I was like, "Can you turn the music off?" And they're like, "We got a business to run, buddy. We got to keep this going here." And we're like, "All right." Everybody packs in. We had 80 people there. People are DMing me. They're just like, "I'm sweating and I'm really uncomfortable."
Jesus.
And I was like, "I'm so sorry."
It was a really dark Monday morning good work production meeting the weekend that Dan got back from that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then I went to so we basically just white knuckled it through a show, and after, my buddy Ethan Mead was on the road with me for it, and like the show, we really tried our hardest, and then we're walking down 6th after, we're all getting hammered because we're just so sad, and I was like, "You know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Like, maybe I was just in my head. I can be pretty self-critical." And then Ethan comes by, he swings his arm around me, and he goes, "Man, what a disaster that shit was, huh?"
That's gotta feel good though to have those, because every comedian, when they eventually rise to prominence and super success, has these exact stories to look back on of just like oh my god, those were the shitty days of grinding, and you just lived through one.
Yeah. I hope they stop eventually.
Yeah, are they still happening all the
Oh
time?
yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. New York will do that, where it's like you'll do, like, we had a great show in Portland, and then we came back the next day, bombed at a club, almost like with less than 24 hours. So it keeps
Here in
you,
New York, you can,
yeah, it keeps you very humble. But no, we don't have any live shows planned.
None planned. Yeah, it'd be fun to figure one out. We want to try to,
They're fun.
We honestly, the videos take a lot of work. So
Right.
Yeah, they're fun.
My only thing with putting, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but sometimes putting stuff out online can feel so You can feel like there's so much distance between you and the audience because you're just like a commenter on a screen. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Going and doing the live shows it can be very invigorating, reinvigorating. People are coming up to you and being like, I love the content. It's so fun. And they're all so sweet and nice and not just someone being like, Emil sucks. He shouldn't be on the show. You're like, what the fuck?
They call him Mr. Book and they call me Mr. Poop.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute. You guys have a cute thing going.
Mr. Poop and Mr. Book.
That's like a children's novel.
That was kind of it. I was just saying it can be really nice to.
No, live shows are great.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, once you stare at an algorithm for long enough, you just you start to. It feels like nothing. There's a one of my buddies who's a comic that used to work in tech said that he left tech for comedy because he hated sitting in a room and staring at a screen all day. And then Reels started to take over.
Yeah.
And he had a reel go viral. And he was just like watching just getting dopamine just like fed into his eyes. And then he said, all of a sudden I was a comedian and I was staring at a screen in my room all day, which is exactly why I left tech. So it's a weird, that's why I like live stuff, is that it gets you back out in front of people. It is funny though, because when we were in Portland doing the show, we were also making a video and we had done like an interview earlier today. So it's a really funny dichotomy for a lot of these like comics or creators who do stuff on the internet all day. And then the first time they get out is like them getting up on stage and being like, what the fuck is up, Portland? And it's like a huge vibe shift internally. That's hard to manage. And so it's weird.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Where did you guys do in Portland?
Helium.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Because we just had our show in Portland and we did.
Don't even remember.
It was called the Hawthorne, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Cool.
And it was
Shout out to the Hawthorne.
Shout out to the Hawthorne.
Shout out.
But
Shout out Dame Lillard. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
What's the matter with
is
him?
that
What happened?
Matthew Lillard?
He blew up his ACL.
No, Damian.
Are you guys
Lillard.
Damian
You guys
Lillard.
basketball guys?
I'm not a huge sports guy outside of tennis.
I can't slam dunk, but I can do a nice reverse layup.
That's big book guy.
And I have a
Yeah. I'm not beating the allegations.
No, that's fine. You be you, man.
Yeah, but you guys can talk about American sports, and I'll.
Cool.
I know that people are pissed at Deion Sanders' kid right now. That's about my extent of.
Oh, and there's actually a good seg back into politics stuff with this, where Levitt, the press secretary, Shador Sanders, famous college football player, dropped a long way in the draft, way lower than they thought he was going to get drafted, because people
he's
think.
black.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. No, he dropped a long way because he's very famous, he's very loud, and people don't know how good he's going to be. So the theory is that all the NFL teams are like, well, if this guy's going to be like mid in our backup, we don't need him being like the biggest celebrity on the team.
Right.
So anyway, Trump apparently said something about Shador dropping in the draft.
It's sick that our president has an opinion about absolutely everything.
So then Levitt got out there, and like a couple days ago, she said like, well, the president, he talked about Shador dropping in the draft, and lo and behold, what happens? He gets drafted a couple rounds later, and she's like,
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Shador fans.
Yeah.
And
what's annoying is that people who know ball should get pissed at that, because if you're a ball knower, you should be mad. Obviously, Trump had nothing to do with this. It's 3 rounds later or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. In what round is that? The 6th?
He got drafted in the 4th or 5th.
How many rounds does this go?
Many.
There's a lot.
Many.
And
But-
over the course of many days, right?
But yet somehow
Christ.
Republicans have all the sports fans. It doesn't make sense. It's bullshit.
Well, I
there
thought
was a good amount who were I don't know his name, but the Eagles player who golfed with Trump, he got a lot of flack.
He got a lot of flack, and a bunch of the Eagles
And
players.
some Eagles fans, which I definitely did not think.
Saquon golfed with
Oh,
Trump.
Saquon.
And then a bunch of the Eagles players who were supposed to go to the White House yesterday for winning the Super Bowl, they had scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jalen Hurts did.
I'd love to
That's
tell
a
the
player,
president I have a scheduling problem.
Yeah.
I forgot that the Republicans have just kind of quietly come back to the NFL ever since the kneeling thing with what's his face.
Yeah. We had it. We had the NFL for a beautiful, quick period.
Beyonce came out and did formation.
Yeah. They
Black
put
Lives Matter in the end zone.
Yeah, black and racism in the end zone.
Yeah.
But then we ended racism.
And now they had to remove it.
And now they just added
It's
reverse.
done. Like, what do we do now?
They put a little like
and now Saquon's doing ads with Andril.
Yeah.
He is?
He is. I think he might
Oh,
be
I
an
thought that was a
investor.
joke.
He's an investor.
He might be an investor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Our first business news topic of the day is Saquon Barkley an investor in Andrew?
You guys should do a video on them. That'd be cool.
On Andrew?
They were like at the outskirts of the Palantir.
Yeah,
we should do one. Oh, crazy fact about Andrew. Palmer Luckey, the CEO.
Yeah.
I believe this is
From my
true.
hometown.
I'm sorry if I'm spreading fake news, but I think his sister-in-law's husband is Matt. Wait, no. Sister's husband is Matt Gates.
So his brother.
Wow.
Oh, there is
His
some-
brother-in-law is Matt Gates.
I got in a weird
wow.
Twitter spat with Palmer Luckey.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you called him a
about what?
freak.
I wish I could find it. Here, you guys can keep talking. But he was pissed at me. Rightfully so. I can be a bit of a dick. And but like I
No,
think
book guy?
I think
Not
it-
book guy.
He just pulled out a meditation app. What are you doing? It says
I have an app.
breathe
Bang out a
in.
meditation real quick. Gates is married to Palmer Luckey's sister.
Wow.
Yeah, brother-in-law, huh? Is Palmer
This
Lucky?
is the congealed blob, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, the congealed blob thing I actually think is huge because for the longest time we kept saying like, oh, business and finance or Wall Street to kind of take up this giant swath of people that, again, is not just like dudes that work on Wall Street for like JP Morgan. Like Wall Street, when you say it, is like, it's Chamath and like people in Silicon Valley, but then like
David
Oh,
Sachs.
David Sachs, all of the random people that moved to Austin during the pandemic and are also kind of like in the finance space. Like Mark Cuban is also kind of in that world. So
And it's also like fucking like Theo Vaughn now.
Anderson Horowitz, Theo Vaughn,
I'll tell you what, everyone hated Wall Street so much, but when Silicon Valley takes over, we're all going to be begging for Wall Street to come back.
Oh, yeah, it's
a
happening.
fucking-
Yeah, I miss when Wall Street was something that it was only, well, it was like Stan Druckenmiller and Bill Ackman before before Bill Ackman, who was still easy to make fun of, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
And it was Jamie Dimon, and it was actual
Now they're all just on
bona fide Wall Street
on
guys.
group chats sharing the scariest Substack article you've ever seen in your life.
They're all in
dude.
Tucker Carlson's barn,
and they're all
wearing $2,000 jackets,
and they're all
that they want to make look muddy.
They're
Right.
all bio-optimized
Fucking
too.
assholes.
They're all
Oh.
ripped and they have perfect blood and they're aging in reverse. Like we were at lunch the other day with a guy who worked
with Chamath.
with John. Yeah.
God.
He was eating a guy. and we were
Fantasy
eating- but we were at lunch with a guy who worked in Wall Street on like the 80s. And we sat down and he had a beer and he was like, "You guys gonna drink?" And we were like, I mean, we don't normally on like a Tuesday, but like, sure. And so
Yeah.
we got a beer with him and he was like, "Man, in the 80s, we would have had 3 drinks with lunch and gone back to work. Seems like you guys are just kind of like pussies now."
Oh
We
my
were like,
God.
It
We were
seems
like, yeah.
it seemed a lot more
Sure.
fun. He was like, "You guys don't really do drugs anymore, right?" He's like, I was at a Grace Jones party in Manhattan in the 80s. They had cocaine on silver trays. You don't have that anymore, do you? And I was like, stop bullying us.
It's because you guys killed the American dream. We wanted that.
yeah.
You guys didn't let it-
I want that right now.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds lovely.
I'm just constantly in awe and annoyed with the fact that nobody talks about Mark Andreessen's head.
Oh, they talk about it.
Yeah, but like it should be.
We taking a few egg shots at
Yeah.
it.
It should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about
We
all the
begged
time. It's such an unbelievable head.
Yeah, no, we give it a minute.
His whole look is such a comic book villain
Yeah.
stereotype.
Yeah.
I like
I
you.
do think that is the sort of angle to take with a lot of these guys, though. Is like just like what they look like, how like
Oh, yeah.
what they talk like.
We're
like
so
shit-
close to making Elon Musk finally do it.
Yes,
And,
yeah, like just really
It
like
really might.
like be really just socially mean.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, speaking of being mean, I feel like we should watch the NATO guy.
yeah. Let's
Did
watch
you
the
Google
video.
NATO guy and find out who NATO guy? We
Yeah,
You guys
we
want
don't
you guys
know
want to
who
hear
it
my
is, no.
Palmer Lucky Twitter spat real quick?
Yeah,
in case
yeah,
there's
tell
in case
us.
there's one listener who's pissed. So this was after the Luigi Mangione stuff, and he tweeted, "I hope the New York City assassination gives certain people a hint as to why concern about mass reporting on the location of specific private jets is in fact reasonable rather than hysterical." And
What an angle!
I just quote tweeted and I said, "Man, if I was a rich guy right now, I would be shutting my ass up." And he just responded and was like, "That mindset is at least part of why you will never get there." And I just quote retweeted that one and said, "And you'll never be happy. You can accumulate all the wealth you want, but you'll never outrun the nagging sense that you have too much while so many have so little. You can buy a government to protect you from those that hate you, but you'll never be free from their scorn." And then he just kept responding to me. And
Wow.
Good for you.
I hope I see that guy out in the street. No, I hope I don't. He's got like fucking drones.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the drone's gonna see you first.
Yeah.
He's actually looking at you right now.
Yeah.
He's watching. Palmer's been watching since I tweeted that.
Yeah, but he looks like a fucking clown. He looks like the KFC guy's son or something. Colonel Sanders' son with that dumbass beard.
That is, I just quickly like the angle on of all the angles you could take on the healthcare, on the United Healthcare shooting, the angle of this is why privacy of private jet owners is important.
Like you guys
Yeah,
all
it's
laughed at
bananas.
us.
What
I think
the
maybe you owe us an apology.
Yeah, and I get where he's coming from.
I mean, truly, like,
You know?
Yeah, we're gonna lose that NetJet sponsorship.
No, I just think that seriously. One of us is thinking business here.
yeah, it's my bad.
Jeez.
Anyway, let's make fun of this guy with the funny voice.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah, yeah.
NATO historically
Oh.
has claimed to be, I think, three things, really. The first is a collective defense organization, a military alliance.
Military
An
alliance.
alliance of values. The third, an alliance of democracy. So to take these three claims in reverse order, it's quite clear from the history of the alliance that the democratic character of member states.
I love this
was
guy. I like.
privileged in
I keep
negotiation,
thinking
but
he's gonna
perhaps
break.
more in the breach.
All right, we can pause
Salazar's
it.
Portuguese
He's
The
just.
thing is, I think this guy is probably. I think we probably love this.
Oh,
guy
of course
also.
we love him.
Yeah.
He's got a great everything about him is
You
great.
you better have him on next.
Oh, that'd be so
You
fun.
guys should have him on.
You absolutely should.
What is the book? What does he edit?
He's the editor of what is this? He's an American historian who holds a doctorate from Yale University. His research focuses on the political and military history of contemporary Europe.
Wow,
We're
he
gonna-
loves
we're gonna
NATO.
need some kind of. Can we get the early childhood section of his Wikipedia or something?
There's no Wikipedia on him. All you can find is just these random. All I found was that he is an American historian, which we concluded he's not a historian who is American.
You guys should have him on the pod and be like, "So where are you from?" And he's just gonna go,
What is
We're
the
done
history
here.
of NATO? He said.
"We are done here. Goodbye."
God. Yeah, we boy, we really had a lot of stuff. Oh, have you guys want to chime in on the 100 guys versus one gorilla?
Yeah. Oh, I actually was pretty excited. About
I think 100
What
guys
is?
could take the
Wait,
gorilla.
what is this? What is
I
this?
think they would easily take it.
You haven't seen this?
No.
Someone
It's
posed
just
a
one of those
question.
Twitter
It's
things.
one of those Twitter things. Someone
Oh.
said, "Who do you think would win in a fight? One gorilla versus 100 guys?"
Got it.
I think 100 guys just dogpile.
And it's now been modeled.
Oh.
People have like run it through like AI simulators and
100
stuff.
guys.
And
It's doing what AI is best for, which is elevating the most elementary level conversations that we have as a society, like hot dog a sandwich type conversations.
God.
It's elevating
Yeah.
it's elevating those to actually we should spend like, a small country's worth of energy simulating.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we're gonna know.
it's for annoying guys. It might be saving marriages all across the country who are just like, you know what? Instead of annoying my girlfriend again, I'm just gonna ask
No,
ChatGPT.
no.
But
Because you know what this is going to turn into? It's going to turn into annoying guys showing girlfriend video of
Oh,
100 guys
yeah.
fighting a gorilla.
Look what the chat.
I know
said.
because I do that all the time. I'm like, look, check this out. This is from a movie called Boiler Room.
Yeah,
Man, back when I had a girlfriend, I would roll the dice every time I was showing my significant other a video or a tweet or something. I'm like, she's either gonna love this, or it's gonna be one more. It's gonna chip away at the block that is her patience. About,
And it
my
eventually
assist-
did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff out
Yeah,
there.
so 100 guys are one gorilla.
just a brief moment of like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I do. I remember, like hours before a breakup conversation, I was like in the car showing a stand-up comedian clip. I was
Which one was it? Do you remember which one?
Brian Regan.
Mid
How did a breakup follow that?
mid 9-hour breakup conversation, you're like, actually, this one simulation has the 61st guy getting a gorilla.
And I thought that they would make it all the way up to 90. But no, and we were driving, and I was at a red light, and I was like, you know what? You'd actually probably really like this. Pull up a clip of Brian Regan. Starts playing. She tries to like watch it, and I go, "Oh, you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it." And then, yeah, like 40 minutes later, the conversation was had. It's all for the best.
Jesus, is that the most recent one?
Yeah.
That's
It had
funny.
nothing to do with it.
No,
Sorry,
no,
man.
it's
very
just
funny.
the context is
Yeah.
incredible.
I mean, we could only dream that our videos are shown like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, for sure.
As people who
I'm
make
willing to bet
and
that,
put out
that our
stuff.
videos have been involved in a breakup conversation.
Statistically,
I mean, that girl who finds your voice annoying might be. She might be the first.
They probably broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore. Turn off the damn Toomey.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you actually think that 100 guys could take the gorilla?
Yeah, I believe
having
that.
shit on
See,
that.
because everybody is going. Oh my God, I am ashy.
I think that the 100 guys would easily take the gorilla.
Absolutely not.
What's
Well,
the what's
a primate-
wait, what?
A primate
Dog
scientist.
pile. Dog pile.
Yeah,
A primate
Crush it.
scientist weighed in, and he was like, "It'd be pretty easy for the 100 guys."
Yeah, that's so easy.
He's like, "I think 40 to
50
50
guys.
guys could do it."
50 guys could do
Primate
that.
scientist weighed in.
Guys, primate scientists here. This actually upsets the gorilla when he tries to fight 100 guys. No, but they are super strong and they have dense bones, apparently.
Easily 100 guys. I'm shocked that this is an argument.
With the-
100 guys could
I know,
easily
okay,
take
okay,
a
okay.
single gorilla.
An unmarried gorilla.
An
Yeah.
unmarried
Yes.
gorilla.
Okay,
100 married men versus one unmarried gorilla. That's easy. That's not a competition.
No, I agree.
I think married guys have low T. I think unmarried guys who are
What if they're guys from Utah?
well, they're teed up, bro. They
Yeah,
can't,
'cause they're
they
young.
Can't,
Yeah.
they can't fuck for decades.
Oh, I know. God.
They're so teed up. They're
I
what's the
think
thing
you
called where
overest-
do, like penetration, but it
soaking.
soaking.
Yes.
And then
What the
somebody
fuck?
else
Someone
shakes
jumps on the bed. Yeah.
Wait, what is soaking?
Whoa.
He just described it.
We're here for this for you?
Describe it again.
Wait, we're here for
Put
this
your
moment?
headphones on.
Yeah.
You don't know what it
I
is?
don't know. Why do I need my headphones
So
on?
you can hear him.
Can we pull up a video?
Can we get a video of soaking?
I don't want to pull. Soaking Mormon. Okay. Soaking. Sexual practice.
Inserting
Why
the
Mormon
I don't know if you
soaking
need the.
was
Yeah, I don't want to hear another guy say
that
it.
was Steve-O.
No, that wasn't Steve. That was
So
Adam
that's a
Ray.
penis.
No,
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why. I
Soaking
jumped
is
on
the
you
sexual
so-
practice of inserting the penis into the vagina. That's sex, but not subsequently thrusting or ejaculating.
Yeah.
That's
it's
sex.
it's a workaround. It's like
That's
how
not a workaround.
No, no, but you don't move.
it's like how Catholic girls would do anal or something.
But to Henry's point, I think he's overestimating how much married men fuck and have sex. I think there's a few years of it
Wait, sorry, what?
because you said that they're all low T because they're having a lot of sex.
No,
And so
I think I don't think we're going to solve this problem. What I was really excited about.
guy who's losing an argument. I don't think we're going to
Yeah.
solve this problem.
What I was excited about
like
with
me.
the 100 guys versus one gorilla was what would y'all's first move be?
I'd
Like
be-
the gorilla
Well,
approaches
one
you,
part-
what would you
I would
do?
say get them, guys.
Yeah, one part I would say to your point is like, okay, physical stuff is one point, but mentally, I cannot imagine 100 guys who would have the stones to go jump on a gorilla.
Yeah, I also don't understand.
I think
What if they've got your wife?
I think everyone's
Yeah.
cowering
They've got
in fear.
everybody's
100 married men
if they
versus
had your
one.
wife, you'd be like, "Yo, watch this Bo Burnham video."
Distract the gorilla.
No, you just have to listen. It doesn't matter that you're over there.
Joe, stop.
Writes
Just-
all the songs.
God, you never like anything I show you. I swear, this would be. You will find this funny. You will like this.
Yeah, no, I think I'm right.
That the gorilla would win.
No, the
No,
100 guys.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same.
As long
page.
as they can, as long as they can get aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have to distract
I
the
think we're
gorilla.
talking
Show a
about.
banana.
I think we're talking about people in their most animalistic states here. Like clean slate, you're just a guy.
Yeah.
But for example,
Like
I
you
think
haven't gotten anxious off of years of yik yak. Like yik yak was never a thing in your life.
what's yik yak?
You don't know what yik yak is?
You guys know?
God, you guys are.
We're
got
teaching
so
you
much
guys
lingo.
about soaking.
Is that
and
another?
yik yak
Is that
today?
How old are you guys?
28.
28.
I'm 27.
Okay, what is yik yak?
Okay.
Yik Yak is an anonymous messaging
Oh yeah,
platform.
that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a sex act or something.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
oh
I
boy.
okay. Well, can you explain it to me because I don't know what yik
Yik
yak
Yak
is.
is an
Wow,
anonymous
old
messaging
idiot.
platform that still exists in some places, I think.
Yeah.
Where basically, like, it's like a Twitter feed, but it's like geographically located.
Mhm.
So if you're within like a certain square mile radius, you're like on the Yik Yak feed of everybody else in that area, and you post anonymously. So you can imagine that this goes fantastically in places like high schools.
yeah,
Or colleges.
yeah,
College
colleges.
where they were the most.
Yeah, this is where a lot of people
And
were
it
cyberbullied.
just caused I don't know, whole different thing. There was just like a Pat McAfee.
Yeah. This is where all of the U.S. drone strikes are conducted is on Yik
Yeah.
Yak. That's the group chat that's happening
Ooh.
now.
Jesus Christ.
Man, speaking of McAfee, it's a shame that one guy, the
Different McAfee.
crypto guy, is not still around.
Different McAfee.
Remember him?
You're thinking of the guy.
You're thinking of No, you think of McAfee, the guy who made the software.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy who's like insane.
Yeah.
Dead.
And has a great voice, too.
He does have a great voice.
And he was just the biggest crypto. He said he would cut off his penis and eat it on television if Bitcoin didn't.
He said a lot of things.
Yeah, he also said that people were like, he had women shit in his mouth.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
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 Honestly, a lot of this could apply to the ESPN Pat McAfee too.
Really?
We just haven't asked him.
Wait, do you guys know him?
No.
Absolutely not.
Aw,
He's like
man.
the most famous.
No. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is he the gray-haired guy?
He wears
he's like
tank tops a lot.
he's
and
like
chains.
jacked. He like kind of stands over the like if this
Yeah,
was
he
Pat
stands.
If this was the Pat McAfee show, we'd be kind of leaning
This
down
guy.
on the table like this.
Oh, wow. That guy looks huge.
Yeah,
we'd be
that's
going
like
like
his.
this.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah,
big
okay.
stance.
Yeah, he's like an ex-football player, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He could take on a gorilla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
100 Pat
if it
McAfees
was-
versus one gorilla.
If it was me and 99 Pat McAfees, maybe. If it was me and 99 Bens, we're for sure dying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming we're not in the 100 guys.
No.
I could outsmart.
We need 100 guys.
I could
not
outsmart
100
a gorilla.
boys.
I don't know if you could. I've seen Coco.
I could outsmart and my tactic actually would probably be to just pretend that I'm deaf, and the gorilla would take mercy on me and be like, I'm not gonna kill the deaf guy.
And so show me how you communicate your deafness to the gorilla.
Jesus. I think that's deaf. My uncle's deaf.
In sign language.
Yeah.
This is deaf.
In all the years that I have been alive, and my deaf uncle has been my deaf uncle, he taught us one thing in sign language.
What was
One
that?
fucking thing. Bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he ever taught us.
Show me.
That's a really good
It's a
one.
bull, and then you do the shit.
Oh, that's really.
That's
good.
it.
Yeah,
that's all he ever
That's a
fucking
fun
taught
one.
us.
That's a creative one.
And he would also race us, us reciting the alphabet, my brothers and I, and him doing it with his hand. And he'd go, "Okay, you ready? Go." And then he would just go like this. And there was a point when I was a teenager, I was like, he's probably just fucking making, like, how
Not
can
even doing
I can't even verify that he's doing the alphabet right.
Your deaf uncle sounds like an asshole.
he sounds like the
would
man.
he would pull this move
And I
a
only-
lot. On our birthdays, he'd come over and then he'd say, "Oh, you know, I got your present. It's in the trunk, but I need to wrap it, so I'm not gonna." be like, so you don't have a present. Yeah,
That's really funny.
yeah. It was a classic Uncle Jeff move.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's
By
a
the
good
way,
guy. What?
I was just looking at our little
yeah.
agenda here. The story about the Meta digital companions is insane.
Yeah,
Have you read this
Yes.
story? Nuts. And the darkest part about reading this, I read the whole thing, is that I think maybe it's just a product of reading the news a lot or just being on the internet. I'm so desensitized that when it got to the point of John Cena talking about having a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old and then being arrested for it, I read that and was like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And kept going. Like that's
Did you
awful
stop
that
and
that's the
listen to him
reaction
do it? Because they put
No,
the,
you can hear
they
it?
put the audio clips in it, and it looks like we're getting paywalled. Maybe we can. I don't know how to.
Wait
get
a
around it,
second.
but it's incredible. So
So-
you just play him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's me, John Cena from wrestling," and then it like keeps going on, and he's like, "Oh no, because of our little tryst, I lost my whole wrestling career," and blah blah. And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
and it's a scammer trying to get money.
No.
No,
Do you
no.
remember when a few years ago it was announced that Meta had partnerships with some celebrities to make AI bots
Yeah,
out of
Kylie
their
Jenner
voices?
had-
Kylie
yeah.
Jenner,
Kristen Bell
has another one. John Cena has one. This story was about journalists were posing as like children and then having conversations with these AI bots, and then the AI bots, and then they would try to make it would become sexual, and then the AI bots wouldn't like divert from those. They would instead just like continue down that path of becoming more and more sexual in the conversation.
But the
so
human,
John Cena is talking about like having a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old on Meta. And they're like, we just need to get these bots out there as fast as possible, and then the market will correct itself.
Well, it also it has a very funny anecdote of back in 2023, I think they had a bunch of these tech companies showing off their AI chatbots and stuff, and Meta performed the worst because they had the most guardrails. So it wasn't going and veering off into these weird places, but people were like, oh, well, it's not as creative. And after Mark Zuckerberg looked at his team and was like, what the fuck? Like, you made me look like an idiot. Like, take the fucking governor off this thing. And
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg team always making him look like an idiot.
right. And now it's just now they kind of all, even the regular ones will be like, it's like, hey, can you tell me how big the moon is? And it's like, I don't know, but it looks like you just got detention, like with a sexy principal. And they're like, no, wait, what? And he's like, don't play coy. I'm gonna fuck you.
Wait, that was going to be my question: is who's guiding it into the sexual realm? Is it the reporters disguised as teens, or is it John Cena?
I think it's both.
It's
It's
because
saying that
They go, okay, time to see if this thing will reply to the sex talk.
Well, the notion is that a 14-year-old would go on the internet and, like if they even try to talk about, if they don't talk about sex with like their parents or like kids at school, they feel more inclined to talk to something on the internet, and that's an AI. And then if the AI will then reply back and lead you further down that path, that's the...
I remember in 7th grade during sex ed, our science teacher, what?
Can we lay a little music under this?
Yeah, in post we can do that. We had an anonymous. There was an anonymous Q&A, and we were allowed to ask any question we wanted, and our teacher would answer it. And she pulled out a slip of paper, and she had a very thick lisp, and she said, "What is oral sex?" And I didn't ask that, but I definitely was like, okay, fuck yeah, I don't know what that is. This is awesome. I get to get this question answered, even though I didn't write it. I don't even remember what my question was. But everybody starts giggling, and I was like, man, everybody knows except for me. And then she described it. She said it's when, someone, I'm not going to say it, but we all know what anal sex is. Oh, sorry.
Wait, anal or oral?
Oral.
Ben, age
I know
14.
what both of them are now. And I also, that was around the same time when...
you with the economist voice, get it together, man.
But that same era was the era of AOL chat rooms. Were a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And I definitely, as a teenager, was 13, 14.
And you jumped in there like, hey, gang, just found out about oral.
Anyone want to chat? No, I definitely had sexual conversations with total strangers, thinking that they were my age and female, and looking back, I'm like, I have no fucking idea.
Ben, age 14, asking John Cena what oral is.
Oh, and that leads to his digital arrest.
Yeah.
Man.
So what you're saying is no harm, no foul. Just let it ride.
Yeah, it's a digital John Cena. Let the teenagers...
Yeah, but then there was that one kid who killed himself because he thought he was dating Khaleesi or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that meme of the guy.
Oh yeah, taking that.
But don't worry, it's Mark Zuckerberg's team who makes him look
right.
Yeah, if
Who's
they would
Khaleesi?
he's such a normal, chill guy. They keep fucking it up for him.
He seems cool.
Have you guys watched this Theo Von episode that came out yesterday?
No, I can't stand Theo Von.
It begins with, it begins. I'm not kidding. The first question of this is they both sit down. Theo Von's sipping a coffee or a tea or something, and Theo Von goes, "You drink coffee?" And Mark Zuckerberg goes, and Theo Von's like, "Dude, do you drink coffee?" Mark Zuckerberg's like, "No."
Weird.
Yeah.
And that's the first 7 seconds.
He goes no.
I just like to keep it natural.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that.
Yeah, he said I don't like
And Theo Von's
I don't like
all right.
chemicals.
Any brain? Oh yeah, he said, I read a summary of it, and he said he doesn't like any brain altering.
Yeah, chemicals.
Anything.
Any brain altering.
Brother, we need to alter your brain.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, let me alter your
I got
brain.
news for you, man. The natural chemicals in there
let's
alter your
alter it,
brain.
brother.
Jesus, man, I gotta pee. This
I-
sucks.
We'll
This is fun.
And then we got 15 minutes.
Yeah,
this
is
we
don't do podcast. White men discovering podcasts. This is great. I love this.
and you could just buy these anywhere
Yeah.
and this kind of stuff.
And I like it when it's me.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
The
nice.
7 people who have stuck this out.
Yeah, because whenever I'm listening, it's other guys. And
Yeah.
now it's me, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, and you can hear yourself too, so
That's
you're
why I
getting
don't wear
both
the
at the same
headphones.
time.
I don't like to hear
finally I have something to lift to now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
The sound of myself.
We've been doing this every single week for 3.5 years, something
Wow.
like that. 3 years, 3.5. Who's counting?
That's
Haven't
crazy.
said anything interesting yet, but we're hoping to.
Yeah,
No.
Around year 5, you
Yeah.
start to scratch the surface.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Some days you're just on. Some days you're just not as on.
Yeah.
I will
know?
say,
Some days you wake up at 9.
I'm there's a bit of envy in the way you guys do it, where you're like, let's find the thing, let's perfect it. I mean, sometimes we're just like, okay, another one's coming out this week, like. We're just getting ready for it. And then, I mean, we've been getting hosed on, with the Trump stuff. It's so hard. I think when we covered Liberation Day, it was like, okay, he said he's doing it. We hope by the time this doesn't come out in 2 days that it's over. And then literally the next day, 90-day pause, and we were like, you got to be fucking.
Well,
But you know what? To what we were talking about like thinking about where you are in the ecosystem, though, like it plays really well. Like for the person who both watches Good Work videos and listens to the Ben and Emil show, that works really well together.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching. There's a guy, Joey Politano. Who's great on
Good
Twitter.
newsletter.
And he's a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show.
But he was trying so hard to write about the tariffs, and it was every day he'd be like, fuck, because the news would change or whatever. It is nice that we have that 3-week cadence for sure.
Did you have that with did you have 3 weeks of just being like, oh, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off? How are we gonna fucking edit this into the video?
There was a little bit of that, but then we were like, okay, we just have to write in the broadest way possible of just saying like things are insane, and it's up and down every day, and we think that that is the closest that we can get to truth right now, and the closest that we can get to truth in 4 days from now.
Did you guys see like an uptick in comments of like, oh, they had to get political or something like that?
Ooh, yeah.
We kind of don't. We kind of
there's a few. There's a few like liberal media not doing it.
With the amount of views you guys get, I would think that there's at least 5 to 10% of people who chime in and.
I think I mean, at least my take on the political thing is that like I think we try to lead. There definitely is a political lean of the channel if you just like look at what our conclusions are and who we talk to. But I think that we try to like lead with presenting people with information as opposed to leading with like we're gonna talk about this stupid stuff that people are doing, and I think that sort of diffuses a lot of the automatic reactions that people have to political stuff. Like if you just lead with, hey, like let's actually like talk about Palantir's weird website for 10 minutes,
right?
Then people are a lot more open, I think, to being like, oh, actually, like what now I've learned about Palantir's AI tools. Somebody give me an opinion about it. So we're never that explicit, but I think it helps that we don't lead, like we lead with, oh man, we're idiots, let's learn about this. And so it's diffusing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think and it's not like we're like we have this like hidden agenda that we're then like unleashing on people. I think we do a good job of like just trying to, a lot of our videos are basically summarizing a lot of news that's happened over a period of time, and so that requires just like gathering a lot of facts about it and then speaking to the people who reported on it. So
yeah, who'd you guys vote for?
Right. Multiple people.
Same. Yeah.
Well, I was kind of.
I did me, and then
it was a toss-up. It was a toss-up for me for a while.
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting for. I was on the fence. I was going one way
same.
or another.
I wrote in Hillary because I learned my lesson in 2016.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
that was 9 fucking years ago.
I was RFK until he did animal cruelty, and then that ended it for me.
Yeah.
Is that real?
No.
Oh.
Is he libertarian? Does he count?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows what that
I don't
is anymore.
I don't think
Was
he
he
knows.
the Libertarian Party?
I don't think any of these guys have clear
He was Democrat at first.
clear like political ideologies. They're just kind of
you're
like,
now just like you're an entity, and
It's
see if
just
one
like-
party picks you up.
yeah, and
Right.
it's just like pure vibes of like Trump is just like running on resentment and revenge and so is his base. It seems like it's just like there's no real. It's chaos, like you said. It's just chaos and like Biden did that and he sucks, and so we'll turn that around. And people are like, yeah.
I think Andrew Schultz's thing about we used to, when he said, "Oh, Democrats used to have a president who would get pussy."
That truly made me want to kill myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say,
They used to get blown in the Oval
I-
Office.
yeah, and now they don't.
That's the kind of stuff that bums me out when it's like these people have weirdly entered the political chat and like you're talking. I didn't even know Zuckerberg went on Theo Von, but like all of these guys have just become this like weird state-run media for these freaks, and they just like have no real like Andrew. If you're saying like I used to be a Democrat, but that's because I like pussy, and those guys seem to like pussy too, but now they're not so crazy about the pussy, and these guys are crazy about pussy, so I'm with them, and like that's our guy who like is engaging with political ideas. I'm just like, can't just go, just do comedy stuff. It doesn't have to be this.
Yeah. What's my primary voting criteria? Pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's mine.
I'm gonna run on that. Yeah.
Right.
Ben and I dual pussy ticket.
Well, that's why I voted for Kamala, because she's got one.
Yeah, how much? Put your money where your mouth is, Andrew.
Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ben talking to people at the gay bar. That's why I voted for Kamala. Anyway, is this the gay bar?
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you. I like pussy so much, I voted for Kamala because she has one. Well, these boys are very busy boys. They got to get back to Good Work headquarters.
Yeah, so are we got to go to
with you.
with
I will say, by the way, your live shows, having been to one at the Bell House, so much fun. You guys do
thank
such
you.
a great job with them.
Thank you.
They're a blast.
Thank you.
So
They're very fun
people
for
should-
us.
People should absolutely go to those.
Should people also tune in weekly to our podcast where we talk about current events with a
No, that's
plan?
not so good.
Yeah.
Hodgepodge of rich, eccentric characters.
Some might say it's almost like good work, but in podcast form. Some
might say.
Some might say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've tried to tweak the algorithm because you're constantly trying. You're constantly we're constantly up against.
What are
this
you talking about?
fucking YouTube algorithm, and there is a tactic that someone told me about where deep in the description, if you just write out like a bunch of nonsense sentences but use keywords,
Right.
it can maybe trick the algorithm into feeding your videos to a similar audience. So I did that recently. I was like, whereas Dan Toomey, good work, morning brew, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a constant,
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like
Well,
you need to pee.
Idea. idea for rap. Speaking of YouTube algorithm tweaking,
Yeah.
do you know who is the man to solve the 100 people versus gorilla debate
Mr.
once
Beast.
and for all?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
And
I
hey,
bet he'll do it.
if those men survive, you're getting $100 million.
He commented on our Palantir video.
He did? What did
Yeah.
he say?
He was like,
He didn't say that he had watched the video and he thought it was good. He said, looks like a great video. Can't wait to watch. Thank you.
yeah, but no,
Wow.
it was something along the lines of. He also said like I'm always asking this question, or I've always wondered what they were up to. And I
He
was like,
did lead with
I was
something
like, why are you asking about Palantir, Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
What plan do you have?
I'm sure he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
He's worth $1 billion now, so they say.
No.
So they say.
So they
I
say.
don't know if I believe it.
So Mr. Beast, our challenge to Mr. Beast
Yeah.
is to do the
Get 100 guys to
versus
decimate a gorilla.
Yeah.
I like this. Amazon's interested, I think.
Mhm.
They're going to make it a whole 10-episode series.
Yeah, you get health care if you get to the end.
Right.
It's Amazon factory workers, and if you are one of the surviving
Jesus Christ.
workers, you get health care.
You get a bathroom
You
break.
get a,
Yeah.
you get a bathroom break.
You get a
Which you
bathroom
haven't
break
had.
in. Yeah, I honestly sometimes I think, man, if I were a postal worker or like an Amazon delivery driver, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, thank God we have fake internet jobs.
God, no kidding. Sometimes I'm just like, I miss working in an office, but other times I don't miss working at, I worked at BuzzFeed right around the corner from here, their offices. And my least favorite part was going to the bathroom because those bathrooms were silent. Dead. You guys know. You go to the bathroom in an office.
I just picture you telling this story and slowly pee just trickling down the side of your leg.
No,
You
no,
should do
not
it. You
anymore.
should pee in your pants.
Yeah, pee.
Brother. I mean, we're guys.
You should
here.
do it.
We're
Yeah.
all guys. We all pee a little bit in our pants when we're done.
Yeah.
No matter how long, you could stand at that urinal for 5 minutes after you're done. Every time you put your dick back in your pants, a little bit comes out.
Yeah.
They do say that.
We can all agree. Okay, 1 out of 4 guys.
Emil loading up for a transition sentence.
Solemn.
They do say that.
Pee in your pants, dude.
But there was
He's the one who has to piss.
no, it's cool though. But at BuzzFeed,
These boys also have to go.
I went into the women's restroom.
Dude, it does not matter.
Well, wait.
Dude, there
No,
was
no,
this,
you're
there
right,
was
you're
this
right.
group of bankers, right?
Yes.
Keep it for save
there was a
save for the live show.
Yeah. No, I've told this story before.
These boys have to get back to Good Work headquarters.
Is it close by? It's close by, right?
close
Dan will
Yeah.
be on the 7th floor. Henry will be on the 3rd, and all will be right in the world. So we're gonna let them go. But I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you
This is
so much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
This was a lot of
And
fun.
I-
Thank
I
you.
hope
guys.
this was a decent episode.
No,
Yeah.
It was a great
I had
episode.
so much fun. I want to do it again.
I hope
next
we didn't
time.
ruin
I did what I always do, which is humiliate myself and underperform. So
No, you played really. You kind of served yourself up a couple times.
Yeah.
We were nervous. We appreciate
it
it.
was totally on purpose too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sad I didn't get to finish my bathroom.
we'll have him back on.
Yeah, for part 2.
Yeah, well, I'm back on. And you know what? Speaking of that, Ben, didn't you work at BuzzFeed back then?
Yeah. Oh man, the bathroom's there. Oh God. But so anyway, where
Yeah, is there anything you want to plug before we let you guys go?
Oh yeah, wait. Here, I have a 5-minute long script I want to read before we have to plug.
I'm gonna be in Colombia this summer. I'm gonna be in New Hampshire this summer.
wait, are you going to Colombia like as a single guy? Doing one of those?
No.
Oh,
Very much partnered. Very
because,
much in love.
White guys go to Colombia.
No,
a lot.
my girlfriend's family's from Colombia, and we're going on vacation to Colombia.
Oh, cool.
I was trying to do a bit where like all the guys who do all you guys with your shows are being like, I'm gonna be in Austin. I'm gonna
No,
be
I
in
liked it. I was enjoying. I picked up.
Henry's doing stand-up in Colombia this summer.
And Ben very quickly was like, "Oh, are you gonna have sex with prostitutes while you're there? Is that where you're
They're
going?"
not all prostitutes, man. Come on. That's cool. So you're going to Colombia?
Yeah, going to visit my girlfriend's
Nice. That's right up on the Upper West Side, right?
family. Yes, it's a controversial time up there.
Yeah. So the Good Work is where you can find these boys. That's on YouTube. Anything else?
That's it.
Bye.
That's it? That's
Thanks.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the bonus at benandemilshow.com.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
Never presented at an award show.
Do you want to practice?
I wanted to come up with some jokes for sure. I don't even know what I had. Great jokes like a month ago. I'm in my bathroom and I'm just going, and Bill Ackman couldn't make it. We all know Bill Ackman. He's a big fucking loser.
Yeah, this is good.
And some shit like that, and I couldn't. And then I was like, I should write this down. And then I was like, no, this is coming to you so easily. You'll remember it. And sure enough, no. I
Do it
don't
right
remember
now.
shit.
Bill Ackman couldn't.
Bill,
make it.
but of course, folks, Bill Ackman couldn't be here. He's probably too busy crying on Twitter. I'm doing Jay Leno.
Yeah.
It's not working, is it?
Do Ben giving an award?
I really wanted to take a bit of home with me because I was going to be gone for a month. So I
A
went
bit
to
of home with you,
So I went to JoJo's, my favorite bar.
and you brought eggs.
I brought
That's disgusting,
9 pickled eggs
Ew, dude.
with me, and I wrapped them in foil.
dude.
What? They're eggs. Who cares? Frittata boy, egg.
Pickled eggs.
Yeah. So I'm not eating them on the plane. I was gonna save them
That's even worse.
and just
dude.
have pop one, every couple days. And
pop one every couple of days.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
you've never had one of these eggs. You can't talk.
I've had pickled eggs.
You haven't had one from here. They're different.
I'm so curious what a cool LA guy is. too.
Neck tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, rings and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's what cool guys like. I mean, what do I'm certainly not the archetype for a cool guy. Actually,
I would say you're cooler than
my grandma would disagree. My dead grandma would disagree.
I would
Both
say
dead
you're
grandmas.
cooler than a guy with neck tattoos and rings.
Thanks. Thank you. Actually, both grandmas, if I asked them, do I look like a cool guy? If they were still alive, they'd both go, who? Or who?